Alright, this is my vlog for assignment 4, in which I'm going to talk about my experiences on the Media Fest and Media Immersion Day. First of all, if you think about media, the term media, it is almost impossible to define what it is, since basically everything that communicates can be considered as a medium. Which is why before my Media Fest day I had to set up some ground rules for myself. I decided to stay away from all the traditional forms of media, such as the television, newspapers, magazines, radio or books. I didn't use my smartphone or computer the whole day either. I didn't go online, which was one of the hardest parts. However, I did do some reading. I did read some of my lecture notes and reading, since my plan for the Media Fest day was doing some revision, which might be cheating according to some people, but I think it was necessary for me to keep myself preoccupied. My Media Fest day was a Tuesday, when I had a morning lecture. I woke up quite early with my alarm clock and went to the lecture theatre. I remember when I sat down in the lecture theatre, there was a gap, like 5-10 minutes before the lecturer started talking, and I remember feeling a bit anxiety, and I was a bit bored as well, because usually before the lecture starts I just go on Facebook or surf the internet on my phone or play some games, and this time I couldn't do it. After lecture I went back to my room. First I collected my laundry and went back to my room, and to keep me preoccupied, since it was still early, I cleaned my room, and the first feeling of anxiety and anger caused by the lack of stimulation and information, because I couldn't communicate with my friends, obviously, on the internet, and I couldn't read the news either. They changed, and I became quite calm and peaceful, which was a nice surprise. Like, without the using the media, you can be content for a day. It was a good experience. Then I started revising, which went very well. I was very productive that day, because usually I am distracted with by my gadgets or messages from the internet, and even when I study with my computer on the internet, there are so many advertisements on most of the websites. You can't focus on your studies properly. So this time, when I was just reading my notes and printed readings, it went very well, and I could understand it more deeply. Yeah. Later on that day, I went to the gym for an hour, where I met a good friend of mine. We had a conversation. It was nice. So after that, I felt I didn't feel as missed out on the happenings of the day as before. Yeah, when I was walking on campus, I had to look away from many of the flyers and advertisements all around, because media is all around us, and even if we're not really interested in them, we can't avoid it all the time. We have to understand that it is there. Yeah. Later on that day, I had dinner with my flatmates, where I realized that how crucial it is in people, how crucial it is to use smartphones and internet in my generation, since all my friends like check their phones in like short periods of time, and I couldn't do it, obviously. Then I went to bed quite early that day. The next day, on my media immersion day, I would say definitely that was more similar to what a normal day looks like for me. Yeah, in the morning when I woke up, first thing I did was check my phone, my Facebook profile. I went to the internet, sent some messages, and my time management was much worse than on the previous day. I arrived late, almost late to my lecture, which was at 12, because of the media consuming I was doing that day. Maybe because of the previous day, I consume media more than I usually do. I listened to music the whole day. I was playing on my phone and surfing internet. And some questions came into my mind, like basically, after a while of using the internet for so long, I became distressed, quite distressed, which shows a permanent identity crisis of the modern man, because I was nervous, because I felt I had to like update and share on the internet all the time, which on the Media Fest day I was calm, because I I didn't have to worry about this, only on my studies. Yeah, on the Media Fest day, I felt isolated from my friends. On the Media Immersion day, I didn't. I could message anyone, but as a conclusion, I would say of this experiment, that I realized I use too much media on during my daily activities. But I couldn't do a Media Fest for more than a day, because like the internet, via the internet I can communicate my friends with my family, and even read emails about my courses. So I decided after this experience that I will consume media more consciously, and try to focus, basically. That's it.